In the meantime, Kuro, what was the last video game you played?
Minecraft.
For how long?
Like 50 minutes ago until right now.
I bet. That's good for mic test. What about you, Anju? What was the last game you played? And for how
You
long?
manipulated me.
Marvel Rebel.
Hello!
Hey!
Welcome, guests, to Sinister Sips, a dastardly debriefing where we spill the tea. We are the VTuber villain group Hysteria, and we'll be your host this evening. Hello, my name is tempomaou. I'm a Demon Lord VTuber that specializes in competitive games, but I like playing social deception games as well.
Hello, my name is corvuskuro, and I'm secretly a vampire. But I like playing League of Legends, and recently I've been getting a lot more into Minecraft.
My name is anjuvalse. I usually play FPS games. I'm a Layer 9 Captain VTuber. And right now I'm addicted to Marvel again because the new season came out.
Hello, I'm Hikaru. I'm a Wolf VTuber. I stream pretty much IDV Project Moon games, and I'm currently looking to get into DND.
D&D is really exciting. I can't wait for us to find a DM and start getting our campaign going.
I think it's cool because, every session you have to come up with a story and like an overarching theme you're going for, and you have to consider what the players want.
You're totally right, Kuro. It's kind of like you also want to find a DM that's sort of like a college professor. This is actually a really good comparison, like one-to-one. So like when you're in college or you're in high school and you're taking classes, your enjoyment of that class scales with how good the professor is and how passionate they are about the subject they're teaching. DMing is very similar. Playing D&D is very similar. If you have a DM that is willing to work with you and really get enveloped in the story and your individual characters, you will have such a good time. Yeah, I don't really mention on stream, but like I have a lot of DMing experience as well because I've been playing D&D since like 2013. The first time was actually like really, really casual, just my brother like DMing, and I was sitting there with like a piece of paper and a pencil, and I wrote down like abilities. We kind of like made our own homebrew. Like we didn't have the 5e book, we had no rule sets, we had absolutely no rhyme or reason to what we're doing. We just kind of like played an imaginative adventure game, and we called it D&D, and that was my first time. After that, it was like a little bit more official. Got with a DM that I knew. It was like one of my friends, and then had like a multi-year campaign. Like throughout my college years, we played the entire time. It was like 2, 3, maybe 4 years of a campaign. And then I started DMing after that.
Holy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. I want that. Like, I keep seeing everyone like offer up these one-shot campaigns. Like when I was searching around Twitter, it's just like, join my one-shot. I don't want to do a one-shot. I want to do a big thing. I want a big campaign.
You want character development, more characters coming in.
Actually pretty cool. I think that my longest campaign has been max 1 year. I've only played twice, I would say, so I don't have that much experience.
I have a campaign happening right now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but it's like once every two weeks. So it's like very slow, and then sometimes it gets canceled, and that's like a 1 month of not playing.
That's what's happening to me right now. Like, I'm in one right now, kind of. We're on session 2, but it's already... When they were saying like we're taking the next 2 weeks off, I was like, what? We just started. It's not their fault. It's not anyone's fault, but it's just like, well, now that you've given me a taste, I kind of want to do something in those 2 weeks that I've cleared up my Saturday mornings for,
They give you a whiff, and now that you're addicted, they stopped.
Exactly.
Damn.
What classes do you guys play?
My favorite class is to play like a stealthy caster. And it's not very good, but I try to make it work. And I can with some like homebrew techniques if I like, dap up my DM and they help me out. So, full context, I like playing dual class, rogue, wizard. I really like casting spells as my main form of damage, but I also really like rogue mobility. I like the bonus action hide and things like that, and also stealth rolls. I think those are really fun. So whenever I'm playing in a campaign, I ask my DM, I'm like, hey, listen, it's not official in the rulebook, but please, can I do stealth rolls on my roll to hit spellcasting? And 9 out of 10 times, they're like, sure, that's completely fine. It's not broken or anything. It's just not like an official rule that applies, essentially, because sneak attack applies to weapons, and I'm spellcasting. But if they let me get away with it, then the class is pretty nice. Even if they don't, like, I'm okay with playing just like a little bit of a scuff damage dealer, but I make up for that with I never get hit, because I'm always doing bonus action hide after every attack. But in Baldur's Gate, I played like a full-on warlock with just like DPS. I min-maxed Eldritch Blast, of course, as warlocks do. So I don't mind that as well. I think I'd like to play a stealthy version of that too, because I think that'd be really fun, especially since Eldritch Blast is so loaded. But I like playing nuking characters. I like one tapping. So anything big damage, I'm a big fan.
I think for me, I like playing. I'm the type to like want to balance out a team comp kind of person. So like if we have too many frontliners, I would gladly play like a backliner. I'll play like a ranger slash like rogue character maybe.
He fills.
Mhm.
I basically just fill in like the gaps in the team, and like I wouldn't want to be like 3 frontliners and then 1 backliner. I just, in my head that's just like, oh no, it's imbalanced. It's not optimal. So that's what, so that's what I do to like fill it out. But yeah, compared to like nuking that Maou said, I like seeing numbers. Like not big numbers, but like a lot of numbers. So like, you know, multi hitting is like so satisfying to look at. But otherwise, if I'm playing frontline, I like playing like things that can just jump in, like a fighter or a barbarian. Just go in, kill the backline, and then jump back out.
I have only played the same, like in both campaigns, I chose to play the same thing twice. It's, I think, one of the weirder classes. I mean, it's fighter, obviously, but like it's one of the weirder subclasses. It's Echo Knight. It's kind of weird in the way it works because you can summon like an echo basically, and you can do melee attacks from your echo. Like it can be a max distance, like 30 meters from you. You can make your melee attacks generate from your echo's position, but the echo cannot actually interact with the world itself. So it's not like it can walk through walls, but then I don't know. It's super weird. You can't summon it in another room because you don't know what's in the other room unless you have like a certain trait that allows you to like memorize the layout of the room. It's super weird. You can also switch places, but that means that if the echo is someone inside of like terrain and you switch places, you instantly die, so you can't really do that.
Anju, you're not playing your class, you're playing against your class. Whatever enemies
Yeah,
you
literally.
have is nothing like how you have to fight yourself. There are so many conditions.
Yes, it's insane. You can do a lot of cool stuff, but also you have to keep in mind a lot of other stuff because it also has this thing that is called Unleash Incarnation, which basically lets you swing again from your echo. So you get like the 2 extra attacks from fighter, so you swing twice, then you Unleash Incarnation, Action Surge, swing twice again, Unleash Incarnation again, so you can get like 7 attacks in one go. So it's really, really strong, but it's also really, really annoying because you're like, I'm constantly asking the DM, so okay, so my echo is right here, right? Is it okay? Like, can it move? Is it gonna poof? Like, how does it interact with the environment? It can't pick up anything. Okay, cool. So then if I drop my weapon, does my echo still have my weapon? And you know, those types of like things come up, and it's been interesting, I guess.
Is that like a homebrew class, or is this like
No, it
something that just exists?
It exists. It's called Echo Knight.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's
So
really
many
fun.
cool things I haven't explored yet. Right now, I'm in the current campaign that I mentioned earlier. I'm a Divine Soul sorcerer. I think that was one of the older classes. They don't have it in the new one, but it's like combination of a cleric and a sorcerer, which is kind of everything that I was looking for in like a specific class. I'll probably learn the multi-classes later, but I'm just a baby right now, so I'll pick it up later. Like all my knowledge of D&D comes from Baldur's Gate, which is apparently not how D&D is supposed to be played. I got actually like 3 or 4 times during my first session because like there were a couple things. We started at level 4 and I didn't know you could only use like 1 leveled spell per turn. I didn't know that was a D&D rule. I personally think that's stupid. I mean, I guess it would be OP later on, but that was like one of the most fun things about Baldur's Gate. A lot of things, like when I'm looking at a 2D map, I don't assume are there unless it's like notable that it's there. So when I was crawling over a table, I was like, he was like, give me an athletics check. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
The table's not there, but in Baldur's Gate, like I could see a table, like or a ladder, and I gotta climb on top of it, or if I'm obstructed or something.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there's a lot of like better planning you can do. I'm like, what do you mean? Does it hit? Like I should just know beforehand. Does it hit? Because you can see all the information of other characters on the sheet. So
Yeah, like what the percentage of hitting is and things like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
Like their armor class is 19, so I got to roll a 20. Like that makes sense to me. But it's like you don't know what it is. You just have to roll and find out, I guess.
Yeah, they don't tell you like what the armor class or like
Mhm.
there's like a check, like a difficulty check. I don't know what the specific term is, but yeah.
I'm sure I'll learn all this stuff eventually, but I like learning about it as it comes along. I just need someone to facilitate
Mhm.
the games.
Mhm.
The games.
I can say from a DM perspective, what they're doing to you is really fun though. It's really enjoyable to sit behind the screen, right? Roll a dice. I'm gonna do it. Oh, does a 22 hit you? It's like, yes, it hits me. Yes, it hits me. Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Another
Ah.
thing. Does it like when you roll it on the webpage, does it
Mhm.
come up on the screen? Like I see when someone rolls, but for some reason when the DM rolls it doesn't show up.
Mhm.
Is that
Yeah.
supposed to be how it works?
Probably.
Why?
That's because
Like-
the DM can interpret the roll like different ways, essentially. It's supposed to be
Okay.
like a little bit of a hidden factor. And I've done this a couple times where I DM and I roll something and I want it to be like a 15 or higher. And then like it'll hit a 13. I'm like, that's a 15 to me. But I don't want the players to know that.
So they could just cheat. Like what's the
Yes.
point of rolling then?
Yes, for the effect. Rolling is literally for the vibe. So that you think that you're being treated fairly when you could not be being treated fairly. But also,
now it's just ruined for me. You just ruined everything for me. The world is ruined.
I don't
Oh,
think it's necessarily
no!
true for every single
Even ruined.
instance.
No,
but
it's
if
not.
there's some like plot ending like roll that happens, like the DM has the power to like
Correct, to override it.
reasonably change that.
Yes, that is the point, because like it also, if you want something to happen but you need to roll for it and show your players that you are rolling, like let's say it's a nat 1, but it's like something you should definitely be able to do and you didn't even need to really roll for, but you want to give your players some slack, then you can do that too. It works both ways.
I don't trust anyone anymore. I'm saying it's not real. Fairy's not real.
Hikaru would be the most honest DM.
I feel like so it's hard to understand exactly what the DM is doing when it's your first time playing,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot goes into it. Like you have to know a lot of things, you have to plan ahead a lot of things. Also, when the campaign has like multiple routes, you have to prepare for like every single one, and you have to like have the maps laid out.
Mhm.
You have to
Mhm.
prepare for like the potential dialogue,
Mhm.
and also what happens, because the thing about campaigns is the way they play out is entirely up to the people playing it.
Yes.
So sure, you can run into an NPC, and you mentioned Baldur's Gate. They give you like 4 options, and you can run through the 4 options, and something is going to happen, regardless of if you want to or not, because it's there and it's set up that way. In D&D, you could possibly just skip over the NPC. You never see him, you never meet him, so you miss like an entire portion of the campaign just because I don't know. Hey, I didn't ask this guy about the important thing that I should have probably asked about. We just walked through. We just went to the city.
Yeah.
We went to sleep, and then we just left. We didn't talk to anyone.
Those kinds of things I think are really fun though. Like that anything could happen.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
another example of something happening earlier was I have someone who's like really experienced at D&D, and she like it was during over a night's rest or something, and she's like, I'm just gonna like take a drop of blood and start mixing stuff together. Oh, surprise, you have like this vial thing of blood, and it gives you +1 to like DC difficulty class on your stuff. And I was like, how did you know that? Like all these things are like, how did you know that? Are you supposed to know? Do I know these things? Like, am I supposed to ask the question? I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually.
Wait, you're a perfect player. I would love to have you in a campaign. That is so funny because you're basically role-playing as yourself. And I think that's really cool. And that's something that you should always do when you get into D&D, is just try to like find a natural like flow where you are yourself. So that you have an like genuine question about that IRL, but you also have it in world too. So I really like that little connection.
I've ran into a couple times is like metagaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is something that they use a lot in D&D. It's a word that you're gonna hear a lot probably as well when we start playing, which is knowledge that you shouldn't have, that you shouldn't apply, but you know it. So it's kind of weird to play around it. Like for example, when you don't know, for example, Kuro could be down on the floor and you don't know if he's actually dead. You don't know. Like that's the thing. You actually have to go in the game, go check on him, do a medical check, see if he's okay.
Yeah.
That actually happened the first time I played. We lost one of our players, and I didn't know until the combat ended. We just went to check on him. He was like actually just dead. He just failed all his death rolls. It was very tragic.
Wait, so he was just
So-
doing death throws on the side without telling the DM or anything?
You whisper the DM.
Oh, you guys
they
are in
just tell you-
person?
Yeah, they just tell you that. No, it was done through app. What is it? Roll20. So you can whisper the DM, and you whisper your death roll. So nobody else can see them. So we just knew that he went down. That's it. That's all you know.
Oh, what? That's so different from like my campaign that I'm playing, because like people can hear my death throws and see I failed twice, and they'll like come rushing to help me. So I didn't know that like some people play it, or like they don't share death throws and stuff.
I think you're not supposed to.
Oh really? Oh,
think
we
that's
got cut. Maybe it's because we have like 4 beginners.
Could
The
be.
DM's cutting us some slack.
Another good side point to the metagaming that happens a lot is literally for just like inspection checks. Like if someone inspects something and they're the only one with that specialty, the DM will say, oh, well, you would know that this is that. But everyone at the table or everyone in the call would overhear the conversation. So now they all automatically know it too. That is like just regular metagaming that's going to happen the whole time. Like you're not supposed to know that the sigils mean that sequence of things or like it's a spell. So that would actually make some of the characters like back up when they're not supposed to. That's metagaming, and that happens a lot.
I feel like there's things you can do to work around that though,
Yes.
because like when Tyr and I were doing that one like other thing, we just made a separate Discord server. And it's like, can I check on this? And if it's something only I would know, you just take us into a different room. That was it.
Yep. You can absolutely go about it that way. That's where like the whispering comes in that Anju was talking about. If you want to keep information between yourselves and the DM private, you can 100% do that, and it's like a fully like authentic experience. Because that's how your characters would perceive the world in world.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it's nice to see like a secret being revealed to you without other people knowing, and then seeing your reaction to that.
Yeah.
True.
But then
And
it
that's
changes
also-
it if they also hear the secret,
Exactly.
and so
also
they
how
know
curses work.
what I'm like reacting to. And
Have you guys
it
ever been
changes.
cursed in D&D?
No.
No.
Curses. Okay, so curses are not like the curses I guess in Baldur's Gate where it's like very visible and you're like crippled or something. It could be something as dumb as every 6 hours you crave horse meat. Like you have an insane craving for horse meat, like an uncontrollable desire to eat horse, and only you know that. So when like at some point the DM will tell you 6 hours have passed, and only you know that 6 hours have passed. So you have to act out as the character that you really want to eat horse meat for some reason. And the rest of your party doesn't know why. Like they don't just like, what are you talking about, Hikaru? What do you mean you want to eat a horse, bro? What's going on? And stuff
Every
like
10.
that. So that's when like whispers are fun, I guess. Or like, you know, that personal stuff.
Every time I snap my fingers, you poop your pants. That's my curse.
Alright, guys, that isn't funny. Who shit my pants?
Yeah. I just heard him snap.
That also, I guess, would play. I've seen some people create characters with already like they're already cursed. I guess they have a cursed item with them, and it develops through the story. So it's very interesting.
I think it'd be cool.
He's so excited about D&D.
I know. I'm really into it now. I think that's kind of like, well, we could talk about it that point later, but I feel like having something that you obsess over is really good for being a content creator, but like really bad for everything else. Like if it's something you can obsess over, you can make content about it for a long time. We'll just write it down on a notepad so I don't forget it later.
How many notepads do you have?
I just have one really long one. What? Why is that funny?
You just have one really long one. Are they like all different like things you have to like worry about?
They're just like a bunch of different ideas. I don't know. Like I scrolled down and I just
Notepad. That's crazy.
Do you delete them as you like finish the task that you're like have?
not
like,
really.
noted
Oh
on?
my
It's
god.
Like a long history of everything you've ever.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Give it
journal,
to
like
me,
a diary.
I want you to
This
set a
is my
timer.
content creator diary.
Set a timer, go to the top, and start scrolling. And tell me how long it takes to scroll
Well,
to
it's
the
not that
bottom.
long.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just like a couple of words.
Mhm.
Like, what is this?
Eggs, bread.
No, this is like Z should be characterized as Edmund Mode from The Incredibles. Like, I don't even remember what this idea was about.
That's a good idea. Z's is Edna.
I don't know why. Like, it just came to me in a dream one day, and I wrote it down. Now I have to come back and think about it later.
How do you interpret that? Wait, have you told him
I
that
don't know.
he was Edna Mode in your dream?
I don't know if he was or wasn't. I can't remember anything anymore.
Dude, okay, so I know we might be going a little too much into IDV here, but I tried saving Hikaru from a fool's gold, and that was the most rock paper scissors type explanation I have ever heard for a process in my life.
Mhm.
Okay, dude, you're gonna pull up to the chair and you're gonna bait out the rock. You're gonna like shimmy left and right a little bit, and he's gonna pop it. And then when he pops it, you have to go in and bait out the axe throw, but only if the wall is crumbled. Otherwise, it doesn't do damage. If you didn't get hit by either, then you could actually tank the swing. So you're gonna bait the swing, make sure not to get terror shocked, and then you can actually rescue me. I'm
Yep.
like, okay, dude, like so basically.
Don't get hit. I mean, I can short
Okay,
it.
okay,
Don't get hit.
Yes, Fool's Gold and rescuing in general is a series of flowcharts. It's if this, that. If not that, then this. Over and over and over. You do like 3 flowcharts and then you press Q.
And you have to do it in 5 seconds.
And you have to do it in 5 seconds, yeah. Sometimes
Yeah,
even in
everything
between.
5 seconds.
Sometimes you can rescue in between axe throw and axe pull. I've done that a couple
Yeah.
times, like in between the animation time, just because like I haven't memorized how long it takes for him to do that, so you don't get crumbled by the wall.
Yeah, but then they'll start to time the axe pullback. It pulls back automatically after a certain period of time, even if he's in animation. So they'll time their attack while the axe is out, and then it'll chip you and it'll cancel your rescue. So
Basically double
Like
hit at
it-
that point. Tink, tink.
yeah,
It
really
also
good.
got to the point where, you know, I'm used to, okay, this guy's not going to swing until I tap the chair because he wants to terror shock me.
Mhm.
So I go in and I tap the chair and I let go. Like, you know, you're trying to defuse the bomb, counter shock, you bail out of the defuse.
It was- oh,
Yeah.
This guy that was just a psychopath. He just swung. Like, it doesn't, I didn't even tap the chair, he just swung. So he terror shocked me because I tried to bait it out the chair. 'Cause, you know, as soon as I touched the chair, he swung. 'Cause
I've had
he
that
wasn't
happen
waiting
so
for me
many
to touch the chair.
times.
So I was so pissed off.
Yeah, that sucks. That's so unlucky. It's just a timing thing. They'll swing right when you go for rescue. I mean, this also kind of depends how educated they are, because if it's at half, they're always going to swing at half anyways, because if they hit you, then awesome. If they don't hit you, then it's going to be at 51, and that automatically puts the survivor on death chair. So maybe that happened. Maybe they just swung because it was at 50. I don't know. It kind of depends. All the hunters play
really?
differently at different ranks too. Some of them will literally
Yeah.
not swing. Some will swing as soon as they see you, and then some will wait for the pop-up and only hit the rescued survivor and ignore you. It just kind of depends, and you have to play around that at different tiers.
Yeah, but you'll get used to it soon. Like, there's a reason
I
why
hope.
I never get terror shocked, but you get terror shocked all the time.
Okay, I don't know about all the time, buddy. I don't know. So you're basically telling me I have to analyze the psychopath that I'm going up against and figure out how he's gonna play,
Yep.
just based on his like the way he walks.
Yep. It's very
Does
mind
he
gaming.
swing first? Does he
Oh my
ability
God.
first? Like,
Yeah.
it's all about reading your opponent.
It is just like fighting games. It's about reading and then conditioning, making them play a certain way and then utilizing it.
Enemy jungler path top level 2. He's a psychopath. He
Quite
runs
literally.
on that
Yeah,
level.
and then you know how he's going to play the rest of the game, don't you? Exactly.
Yep.
You have to apply that to
100%.
IDV. Also, with a bunch of experience, you're going to get terror shocked at chair 10 times before you realize, okay, I need to do it differently. Like, that's just part of the game.
Yep.
Sheesh. Okay.
That's why, like, when people are like, oh, someone was asking me earlier, oh, is Marvel Rivals that easy? I'm like, yeah, I just have to like point and click. Like, everyone's health getting low. I hit one button, like my Q button that heals everyone. Like when I'm playing Luna Snow, it's so easy. Like I don't really have to do
I
anything.
think okay, so when you put it that way, yes, I think it is easy, but the hard part is getting 6 people to work together.
Well, yeah, that's not
That
my
is that is the
job.
part that's impossible, bro. That's the hard part of the game.
That's
Sure,
like
I
not
can
your
point and
job
click.
though. Like
Then
if
whose
you're
job is
the,
it?
it's just fate. You leave it up to fate. It's like Lysol.
Somebody has to make it work.
No,
Somebody has to be the glue.
I got to Celestial like 2 weeks into the last season, and it was pretty easy. And I didn't say a word to anyone because I was tired of being called crazy things. So I just muted everyone and I just did my thing. I just pointed and clicked, and that was it.
I've gotten used to talking to people. I got used to it because of Apex. I used to talk to my teammates. Not to flame them, but like, all right, buddy, what are we doing? Like, you're just sitting down and asking questions.
What about Kuro? Do you talk to people when you play Apex?
I don't play with anybody other than my friend, like for
Oh,
Apex.
right.
Yeah.
Feel that.
I'm not like a solo queue type of person. But when I do play solo queue, it depends on the energy. Like if they don't talk the entire game, I'll speak up. Like I have had like a solo to diamond rank grind before. If they have open mic, then I automatically mute. Like I'm not talking to them the
Yup.
entire game. But if they're the type to like not really talk, but they're still pinging in the game, and we're in like we're in a situation where all 3 of us need to work like really together to move fast into a different place or rotate, then Yeah, I'll definitely speak up. Like if the urgency is there, I'll speak up. But otherwise, I'm just chilling. And if I think they don't deserve to win, then I'm not even gonna bother talking to them.
Based. I'm absolutely the same way though. If I enter like a champ select in any game and someone goes on the mic, "Hey, anyone got mics?" I'm muting that frame one. I'm not talking.
yeah, that's
a red
Instantly
flag.
mute.
Yeah,
Instant
that's
mute.
Yeah,
I don't care the game. I am not talking anymore.
I feel that.
Okay, actually, funny enough, the last game I had in Marvel, the guy legitimately started off by saying, "I've lost my past 6 games, and this is gonna be the 7th." That is legitimately what he's talking for. But,
You
listen,
can't go
we-
into the game like expecting to lose. Come on, man.
Okay, but I actually said, "Dude, lock it in. Like, we're actually gonna win. Don't say that." And we actually ended up winning the game, and the guy at the end thanked me for being positive. So that was a nice experience.
Aw. He
That's
needed
how
to
it
hear
be.
that
That's
day.
how you gotta be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's risky. I'm pretty sure I was taking a 50-50 right there. As soon as I opened my mic and told him,
Oh, yeah.
no, don't worry, dude. Just we'll win. I 100% just.
You could have been down a teammate after that.
Coin flip. Yeah.
He could have alt F4'd your game.
I was ready to see some stars in chat, bro. Some asterisks. The other thing is, I feel like most of the competitive communities have already been labeled as toxic, no matter what you do. Like if you're ranking, you expect toxicity. So I feel like a lot of people are really scared of getting into it and just getting flamed. And that's at least my experience. When I tell people that are starting Marvel and they only play quick play, I'm like, we should try ranked. And they're like, the main reason they give me why they don't play ranked is I don't want to be flamed. Like it feels really bad to get flamed because I made a mistake. And I'm like, well, that sucks. Holy shit. Like I don't know. Sadly, I wish I could fix the community for you, but there's people like that, which is ass. My bad. Sorry. The best way to see it is it's just one game. Like you're gonna play probably like 500 games or something. Just one out of the 500.
If you
Yeah.
gas him up and he ends up on the other team, you're in trouble. You got to kick him while he's down. Just take the one down and hope he's on the other
That's
team.
insane, dude.
Kick him while he's down, avoid his teammate, and then hope he goes on another team when you queue up.
Dude, he's playing the long con.
And then target only him afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
Okay, League of
I'm not-
Legends player.
I'm not gonna pretend like I'm always positive. Sometimes when one of my teammates flames me and I know he's dog water, I say, "Queue up, buddy. Queue up. I hope I see you on the other side, bro. Queue up right now."
I can speak firsthand. I've seen Anju do that in IDV. We were
Yeah, I
dueling.
did an IDV.
I think we were playing quick match. It might have been ranked.
No
but he
way.
said that, listen, this is actually a great story. So the hunter was flaming our random, didn't talk to me or Anju the entire time. We kind of just went through the motions and we played the game right. We did our machines, we did our rescues, we got out. It was a very normal game. I'm pretty sure it was a tie. Like it was just the most run-of-the-mill IDV game you could ever play. The hunter starts flaming our random, and then all of a sudden Anju pipes up and is like, nah, queue up.
It was like you got your ankles broken or something, and the hunter
Yeah.
started calling me fat and stuff.
Yeah, but he took aggro for no reason. Anju just went in and taunted.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah,
a
I
Shen
hit the top
dash.
button.
I don't know why he taunted him, but he taunted the hunter, and then the hunter started flaming him, and then they went on for like another 5 minutes while I ate popcorn. And he did say
I was
that.
there for that.
Yeah,
Actually,
he
yeah, I
did
was
whip
watching that.
out, queue up again, and there's no way we would ever get matched with them twice because Hunter and Survivor queue has such a high disparity that it just was funny to me as someone who's played IDV for years. I'm like, even if they queue up and we queue up, we're not gonna get in the same match, aren't you? But he said it like
Dude,
3
the thing
times.
is, I'm so used to playing in like piss low that I've seen the same people at least 3 or 4 times in a row. So in my mind, there's a chance I'm gonna get this guy again. So I just say, queue up, buddy, queue up, little pupper. Come on, run it back.
It's so good.
There's a good chance. Like the thing is, if there's 5 people playing in a game, and then you all finish the game at the same time, and you all queue up at the same time because you all just finished, you're probably going to get the same one again. That's how it happens a lot in high tier and low tier. Because there's not enough. Like usually, maybe there's like 1 or 2 people that are different. But if you're like a 4 stack and then you queue up with a hunter, like there's a lot of times climbing.
Yeah, high tier
from-
happens a lot.
Yeah, it happens a lot in high tier.
You know what the
Right?
worst feeling is that you just reminded me of
Huh?
because of this entire conversation? You're
Yeah.
playing the game, and in your team, there's this one guy that just feeds his ass off. Like he is definitely the worst. And you're so
That's like
pissed
a-
off at this person. You queue up again, he's on the other side, and he pops off.
Yes, yes, that
is
happens
the
all the
worst
time.
feeling.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it happens all the time to me in League.
That's a league thing.
I
That
queue
is.
up or I play one game with this guy and then this guy like feeds his ass off. Next game I don't see him there. I look at his match history and he's winning like a blue carpet instead of red. Like what happened to you? Like are you just targeting me? Like what is happening here?
Or they say something in the chat like, "I knew I wasn't the problem." Like, what are you saying, brother? Okay. I'm done. I promise.
Dude,
I'm done.
Anju just crashed out.
Trigger warning, solo queue.
Moving on from the D&D and also IDV intro for today's episode, we're going to be moving on to the highlight and lowlight of the week. So I'll start. My highlight was I got to meet some online friends IRL, and it was really fun. Hung out at the mall, things like that. However, it was also the first time that I've been Lysol sprayed before a greeting hug. So I guess I'm
That's
not beating the
crazy.
stinky allegations.
Dude,
Yeah, I
Why would I do
walked
that
up.
to you?
I walked up, was like, "Yo, what's good?" I went to hug, and I got Lysol sprayed down.
No
That is
way.
crazy,
Yep, frame
bro.
1. Yep, kind of like in TCG Market Simulator, you can like spray the stinky people when they walk into your card shop. That's exactly what happened to me. I walked in the door of the
Bruh.
mall and got sprayed down. So that was
That's
funny.
crazy.
Bruh.
Yeah.
You can never be too careful.
Wait, how's Sakura defending this?
Bro.
There's
Dude,
no
if I
way.
ever meet you and you Lysol spray me before we like, shake hands or hug,
Yeah.
I'd feel so insulted.
What if
What
I
do you
like?
mean?
Me
then?
too.
I'm not gonna Lysol spray you, but I'm pretty sure I hugged Kuro without Lysol spraying him. I
I
did.
think I smell good.
Like that's something special. You hear how he's defending this? He didn't gas me up like, "Mal, you
Yeah.
probably smell good." He said, "Yeah, I'd probably do it too." I can't believe I feel so betrayed.
At the very least, she should have brought hand sanitizer.
Okay, at that point, I feel like you don't spray them. You just, put your fist out like a fist bump. That's how you avoid the whole throwing stuff at them to sanitize them.
Just have a nice thick coating of that jelly hand sanitizer stuff around you once she shakes your hand.
Imagine handshaking someone for the first time when you meet them and their hand just sopped in Germex.
You know what the worst part is? I think Hikaru would actually do it.
I think he would
That's
too
the
now.
part that's-
Well, you don't
yeah.
know because you live in like the south where hand sanitizer doesn't freeze over in your car and turn into jello.
Oh, true, I don't.
Oh,
I have never heard of such a thing.
That epic girl.
I'm in Canada and that doesn't happen. What?
Your hand sanitizer doesn't freeze in your car.
No.
The forbidden
Do you
jello.
have hand sanitizer in your car?
I've had hand sanitizer in the car. Yeah.
In like the winter, and just like when it gets too cold, it starts to like turn into jello. It
Oh,
comes out in like jello-y blobs.
wait, that's not normal?
I don't think so.
I thought that was normal. I thought they were all like kind of jello-y.
Do they? all
Maybe
do
they
that?
have frozen before.
I always thought it was just too cold, so it's like coagulating or something. I don't know.
Mhm,
Coagulating is a crazy word.
it is.
Is it?
It's a good word for it. It's just like a weird word to hear when you're not ready for it.
Yeah, I guess it's better than saying like clumping up or something.
Yeah, it kind of gives me the same trigger as moist. I don't really like clump.
You don't like moist? Like a moist
Damn.
pound cake?
I don't like how you said that. No, I was fine with moist until you just used it in a sentence.
Sentence isn't as bad as other possibilities. I'm gonna be real.
That's true. He could have said a lot worse things.
Yeah, you could.
I'm so
Y'all
glad
are
he went with the
dirty.
pound cake.
Need my hand sanitizer now.
Yeah, yeah. Put on your hand sanitizer and
Why?
protect yourself from us. Look, he's actually doing it too.
Yeah.
I feel so offended by this.
He's going at
Yeah,
He's
actually
going
doing
for
it.
the other
He's
hand,
actually doing
too.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
He's good now. He's
You feel
clean.
clean now.
I do. I'm not a germaphobe. I just don't like germs.
But in the context that Maou was just talking, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was really funny. Yeah, I was not expecting it. It like just came out of the backpack, insta spray. It was like a small spritz on my shirt, just like for the bit. And then we did the greeting hug
okay.
or whatever and went on with the day. But it was pretty funny.
Mo, I would hug you.
Mhm.
I only have one condition.
Okay.
The condition would be, well, actually, as long as we're not like sweating or something.
So there's more than one condition. Dude, I can't win today.
No, the only
Okay.
condition would be, did you clip your nails?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah.
I have, well, I bite them because of bad habit, but they're not long or dirty, and there's never any dirt under my nails. I make sure of that. They're well kept. I just bite them out of bad habit.
There's a thing that like, wait, do you wear deodorant and stuff? Like, did you go out with deodorant? Did you smell or is it just,
Hikaru,
like-
Dude,
you are trying to make me really
Are you
mad right
telling me-
now.
why would they spray you? I mean, like, there's gotta be a good reason.
dude, are you
Kuro,
telling
you
me
stop
don't be able
laughing
to go out
again.
without deodorant, bro?
Kuro,
I don't really.
Kuro, I swear, Kuro, I'm gonna.
Do you go with deodorant?
Stop laughing your
bad.
ass off.
Yes, of course we all wear deodorant, bro. Like what?
No, I don't really do deodorant. I just do.
Yeah, I
cologne.
don't do
I just
deodorant.
perfume or cologne.
Yeah, Asian
You guys
people.
don't, okay. Pause.
There's a thing with like certain Chinese people that like our sweat glands work differently, or like they don't smell bad when we sweat.
I don't
It's
care.
like
You
an-
don't smell that motherfucker. You still sweat. Put deodorant on. What do you mean?
Well, it's like it's different. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Tell
they're
me,
going for
bro.
the pit stains on you.
It's a little different.
Yeah, they are.
I wore
I feel like the
deodorant.
worst thing that could ever happen to you
Mhm.
is just like it's a really hot day. You sit down in a chair that has like a back or whatever. You're wearing a shirt,
Oh,
a dark shirt. You like stand up and you know for a fact your back is just like a sweat stain. It's so
Yeah.
fucked. I feel like you cannot fix that. It just
Like
looks
it's
bad.
stuck
It
to
just-
your back.
Yes.
Yeah, you pull down on the bottom of the back of your shirt and you feel it unstick. That's the worst.
Yeah, I'm like,
hate that.
GG's.
really happens.
GG's. People are judging me. 100%. I look like shit right now. Help. God. Okay, wait. I'm not gonna let these motherfuckers just get away with not wearing deodorant. What do you mean you guys don't fucking wear deodorant? Like, what do you do? So you shower, you get out of the shower, you dress, and you just don't put deodorant on, you just walk out?
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
They said
You
that
don't
so
need
nonchalantly.
Dude,
Dude,
an Asian person thing.
Andrew's face is translating into his model so well right
I'm
now.
so confused.
That is the lion of disapproval.
That's insane.
You don't need it. You really don't.
Yeah, you
Like,
don't
I don't
need
sweat that
it.
much.
Yeah.
Let me get this right. What is wrong with my hand then? Where the place
Nothing.
it has been? Where do you think I stick my hand?
Nothing. I mean, like you could touch doorknobs, and like if you're going into a mall and you like touch the doorknobs and stuff like that, a lot of people touch those things.
Huh?
What do you mean? They don't clean
And
those.
you spend
like-
an entire day in the heat
yeah.
without
Okay.
wearing deodorant.
Yeah, but that's out.
You think it's
that's
fine?
different from like taking
But
a
if I
shower.
touch
Yeah.
the doorknob,
But I touch it. I mean, like I'm showering and stuff. Okay, like a doorknob has a lot of stuff on it. Like a lot of people touch a doorknob. But it's like
okay, keep in
if
mind,
I'm
not saying I don't
showering or
wash my
something-
hands or I don't hand sanitize or anything. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, like,
yeah. I mean, you can wash your hands, but like other people that don't wash their hands and just touch the door are going to shake your hand. And those
Oh,
germs
dude,
will jump
okay.
you.
So to be fair, whenever I go to like a public restroom or anything, I use my elbows or something to like open the door, and then I clean my elbows as well because I don't want to use my hands because I know for a fact. those are
Yeah, that's
the
for
most
you
disgusting
though.
thing.
Like the other people don't know. I've seen people not wash their hands and full on just grasp the doorknobs and open it, and then other people touch the doorknob. I don't do
also
that.
Don't touch the
like,
toilets
I'm
at all or whatever is there, dude. I use my feet or like my
Yeah.
shoes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I-
if I don't need to touch the doorknob, I'll probably just like
They
push
have
above
things
the
for
door.
you. You know they have those little like toilet paper like nest things. It's in the big things where they like you can just take 3 or 4 of them. They're like entire sheet things that cover the entire seat.
I have a really good question. Hikaru, have you ever
Yeah.
used a porta potty?
I have. They're gross. I
How
don't
is
like
it?
them. I don't like them.
they're disgusting.
I'll use
you
them
sure?
if I really had to. I'll use them, but like I've never pooped in one, but I've definitely peed in one.
I'd rather
What do you
piss
ask?
on the ground next to a
What are you
porta
asking?
potty.
I
What
can
do you
just
ask?
imagine Hikaru just going in reluctantly, like, I have to do it, but I don't want to. And then he goes in and just hates every second of it. It's just a
Gross.
funny
What do you
image.
mean? It's gross. It's the same with like. Have you ever been on like a plane? Because I
Yes.
plane travel frequently, and the plane like you don't even want to use their water because the water is like they don't clean their water
Mhm.
tanks. It's disgusting. I bring bottled water into the bathroom when I need to like wash my hands and stuff.
Oh, I don't do that, but I agree that it's still gross. Like I use the soap, so it's fine.
Yeah, I use the soap too.
Dude, I min-max my flight. I make sure not to
What do you mean by
anything so I
that?
don't have to go to the bathroom. So I'm just using it.
Okay, but sometimes you're on long flights. Like if when I go
know,
to Japan,
I
that's like
know.
a 13-hour flight.
I know. I've been
You
from
hold
where
it
I
for
am to the
13
Netherlands. Listen, it's a 12-hour flight.
And you
If I
didn't
can
use
do
the
it, you can do it
bathroom.
too. Nope.
Nah.
Me too.
GG.
Me
That's
too,
crazy.
Anju. Handshake emoji. Oh, sorry.
Handshake.
You're crazy.
We
too.
can't handshake. Your hands are too
Oh
dirty.
wait, hand sanitizer first.
Yeah.
I
Let's
don't
do that
have
first.
I don't have iron bladders like you guys. What?
I mean, I probably shouldn't be doing it now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one here that's had a kidney stone.
That's pretty bad.
That's crazy.
You should definitely not be doing that then. No, that's a bad
How do you
habit.
know if you have a kidney stone?
It's
Oh,
You
you'll know. You'll
know.
know,
You will
Kuro.
know. You will know.
Yeah,
It is
my dad had
the
one.
worst possible pain you can experience. I'm praying I never get it again, but my dad has had like 6, so I know for a fact I'm at least gonna have one more.
Jeez.
6?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm kind of, it's chalked for me. I didn't think it would
Like,
be
made of
talking about that
calcium,
today.
dude. I'm gonna avoid milk. Oh God, I love milk too.
Now I'm curious, what's the worst pain you guys have experienced?
I broke my arm like a
Mm.
long time ago.
Ooh.
And when I was a kid, we were playing on the playground one time, and there was a metal structure that was shaped like a rocket ship. It had like a bunch of bars that you could climb up. Like imagine a rocket ship that is made out of just like the outer metal structure, like just
Okay.
the skeleton of it. And there was a kid. It was like a really large structure that was like messing around with me for some reason, and he kicked me like while I was on top of it because it's big enough to fit like 2 or 3 kids in it. And I fell, and my arm got caught between like one of the openings. So when I fell all the way from the top to the bottom, my arm got caught in between one of the things, and it like bent upwards.
Oh.
I had to go to the hospital and get like a ton of stitches. It was just my elbow though. I mean, like, I can still see the stitches in my elbow because they left like a really big scar in there. But that hurt. It hurt a lot. I was pretty much numb. It was in so much pain that like after the first minute or so, I just felt numb the entire time. I think my brain like shut off. And then
How old were you?
like I was like 8. I was very, very small at the time. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, that sounds like it sucked.
I mean, I've been injured before, but not really like I don't like remember it because it was painful, but more because like it left a big scar on me.
Oh.
But I think when the most like I would say painful would be like when I had COVID and I just couldn't move. I was like stuck in the bed. No, actually now I remember. It was when I got food poisoning from eating a pickle
What?
from a shawarma place. And then like I was stuck in bed, throwing up every single like hour, not being able to drink water, and just like basically like feeling like I wasn't alive. Like on the bed. I remember I was in my college dorm. I don't know what was happening. I was like throwing up bile. I was like,
Damn.
I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink. Oh my God, that was the most painful.
I'm glad you changed it too, because like there's usually like one really big thing that people remember, but like my second biggest one would probably be like I remember having to come back from a field trip and I really, really had to poop. And and I didn't want to poop. I didn't want to poop my pants on the bus, so I just kind of held it in the whole time. It hurt really, really bad.
I feel like a lot of people can relate to that in some
True.
kind of way.
True.
I hurt too, you know. It's a different kind of pain.
I love that. Number 1 was broke your arm stitches. Number 2,
Dude,
had to poop really bad.
Oh, I forgot to say. You know what I remember? You asked us about like our biggest fears.
Yeah.
I forgot to say I'm terrified of tummy aches.
You're terrified of tummy aches.
Terrified.
Yeah, I'm
So you
actually
get you
terrified
get a
of
tummy ache and then you start going, oh.
Yeah, but ironically, I'm
That's
really scared of
insane.
tummy aches. I can stand any other type of pain, but like not stomach pain. Because growing up, I would feel like for 4 hours that I had to throw up, but it actually wouldn't. Nothing would happen. So I was just stuck in like the worst feeling, and this would happen like twice a week. For like 4 or 5 years. So I guess it left me a little scarred. So now I make sure not to upset my stomach with anything. I'm out.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Yep, I got one. I'm actually going to handshake tag Kuro's because the worst I ever felt was the same thing. I had food poisoning really bad and I was at college. It was during one of my finals day too. So I got up early. I had to take a finals and then I went to the computer lab because my next class was like 4 or 5 hours later and I didn't want to go home and commute back because it's like a 40 or 50 minute drive. So I was stuck there at the computer lab and I started feeling really nauseous, really sick. And I went to the library bathroom and I threw up everywhere, like in the toilet, right? And yeah, and then I went back to the computer lab and just kind of like rested my head and then like 30, 40 minutes later, run it back. And then I did this over the course of that 4-hour break. I think I threw up like 6 times. And eventually it was to the point where just like Kuro, it was just like bile. There's like nothing coming out. And it really sucked because one of the times, and I remember this vividly, I think it was the 3rd or 4th time, and it was another really bad one, all the stalls were occupied.
No way.
So, so I had to throw up in the bathroom
Urinal.
sink. Yep, bathroom sink. I heard someone from inside the stall to go, "Yo, bro, you all right?" I went,
He's a
"No."
real G.
Yeah, he was really. He was
Yeah.
checking up on me while he was shitting. He was checking up on me. I was like, "Nah, it's just one of those days." And he's like, "Yeah, I get it."
At least you could throw up in the sink. You can't poop in the sink. I'm just
That
saying.
okay. Hikaru's number 2 most painful time trumps my number 1 because I
Got me.
can't. Yeah, because he
I'm
can't poop
growing
in
the
the sink.
second tail here.
Yeah.
The heck?
Little bulldog tail.
Yep.
What the heck?
that
That's
one got
crazy.
him. That one got the unk.
That tickled him. Luckily, it like stopped before I did the second finals that day, so I was fine.
Oh,
I
nice.
it wasn't in class or anything, so I got really lucky at the window. I got sick 6 times before going to the second class.
Did you know what you were like? What you ate that made
Nope.
you do that?
No clue. I bet it was probably something like on campus because I was there a lot of the time that week for finals. So I bet it was just like poorly prepared or like poorly kept campus food.
Mm.
I think it one-tapped me. It could have been anything that was there.
For me, I distinctively remember it being a pickle because I was tasting it and it tasted really funny.
Hmm.
But I thought, because I've never had such an experience before, so I thought like, there's no way I could get like food poisoning or something, or it didn't even cross my mind.
Hmm.
But I ate it anyway, even though it tasted like really funky, and that's how I knew because everything else tasted fine.
Hmm.
And now I'm traumatized from pickles.
Oh
Like, I
no!
eat a pickle, but I gotta smell it
Wow.
first before I eat one.
Make sure it's not an
that's a
assassin
shame.
pickle.
I think my highlight would be like starting a new Minecraft playthrough. I haven't played Minecraft in like months. Yeah, I'm like a long time Minecraft enjoyer, and coming back to it has been like pretty fun and addicting. Not much of a low light, to be honest. Other than, I don't know why, but recently I've been waking up having like a really sore jaw. It might be because I'm like biting my. What is that expression, Maou?
He's clenching his teeth. He's clenching his teeth.
I muted
There's
myself to
nothing.
laugh as well. I was trying to be nice, but then you
no,
mentioned mouse. So
but like,
I have never heard of this ailment
No.
before. I woke up and my jaw hurts.
No. This is perfectly normal. You clench your teeth at night.
I
'cause
think it's yeah, I think it's me clenching my teeth at night. I don't know why it's happening. Like,
you got to get a bite guard. Because
Mm.
if you grind your molars too hard, you can like crack your teeth. If you grind
it's a
them at
little
night.
cracked, actually.
Oof.
Mm.
Yeah, you need to see a dentist.
my highlight would be, thank God Marvel decided to release their new season. I can finally grind again and be happy about it. But a tragic dilemma: Magic or Emma? Have you guys seen Emma Frost? Dude,
I
I
have.
can like, oh my God! And she's
I
actually
can't
so much
not
fun
see
to
her.
play.
She's all over Twitter.
She's everywhere.
Yeah, but
I tried
as a
so hard to
Magic
get you
main,
to
I'm
play
like,
a tank last season.
well, now that you get it for free. I've actually been playing Doctor Strange. I learned how to play Venom. I play Emma now. Like,
Is Emma a healer or a DPS?
It's a
a
tank.
tank?
Oh, she's a tank.
Have you seen those
She's a
thighs?
tank.
Of course she's a tank, Kuro.
I guess so. My bad.
Dude, it's insane. She's a lot of fun to play. Like, I feel like all that magic training that I did is actually helping out because she does have like a melee form when she goes into Diamond. It's really fun. So I've been having fun with that. And I would say that my low light is I'm sick. I've been waking up after, I think I got sick on Wednesday or Thursday. I woke up like Thursday morning and it hurt to talk. Like my throat was
Oh.
my throat is just chocked. It
Mhm.
still is, but I'm on meds right now, so it doesn't feel as bad.
Mhm.
But every morning since I wake up like feeling like a truck just ran over me or something. So it's been rough, but here we are.
Hope you get better soon.
Yeah, hopefully no
Thank
tummy
you.
aches.
Yeah, hopefully no tummy. I'm praying, dude. I'm
Yeah,
praying, dude.
manifesting.
Okay, dude.
Well, I'm manifesting no tummy ache. That kind of
Okay,
sounded like I
okay,
was
you're
manifesting
manifesting.
a
Yeah,
tummy. That would be
Manifesting
fucked up.
tummy
Thing.
ache is crazy.
My biggest
Yeah,
fear, by the way,
no.
tummy aches. Me 20 minutes later, yeah, I'm manifesting one of those for you.
I hope you get a tummy ache.
That would be insane out of me.
Okay, so my low light, my D&D session got canceled.
No,
That's why I've been
No.
that's why I've been craving things lately. My highlight of the week, my design for my next outfit is finished. So that's pretty great.
And that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Where can we find each of us? You can find me at tempomaou on all platforms.
You can find me with corvuskuro on everywhere as well.
You can find me as anjuvalse on Twitch and on Twitter.
Levels.
You can find me at Hikaru_kun on Twitch, and then Hikaru VTuber in most other places.
And we'll see you next week for another episode. Tell your friends and make sure to stop by for more topics and fun segments that you can engage with. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.